So Hare Krishna, all devotee. Thanks for this wonderful opportunities to speak something on Bhagavatam. Anyhow, I'm not qualified that much. This is my first session, so I'm seeking the devotees' prayers that I can deliver some meaningful on the uh, Bhagavatam from my limited information or knowledge. So let's start the session. So. So today we are discussing the Canto 3 and Chapter 13. That is a high level. It's the appearance of Lord Varadev, how it appeared and all this activity it describe him. Before starting, I'll go to the next slide. So this is a quick intro that anyhow Prabhu has given my intro. My full name is Chandra shekhar. So I don't know, most of you don't know my full name, but I go by Shekhar only. As Prabhu said, I am a BTech graduate and technical architect in the UK Bank of Leverage Banking Groups. And it's been more than 10 years I'm connection with the ISKCON. But still, I'm the novice only in the knowledge of all the Vedics, but I'm still trying to get as much as possible. So I'll start with the Mangala Charan and then we'll start the classes. So, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnana Timram Dasya Jnananjan Shalakaya. Chakshurum Litam Yena Tasme Shri Gurve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamahyam Dadanti Swayam Padantikam. वंदेहम श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणे रघुनाथान्वितान् जीवं साधवेतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितान् कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगणे ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितान् च नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पश्चात देशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेण प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामरे गौरतुषी नमः हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवसादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Okay, Hare Krishna. So before starting the actual chapter of Canto 3 and chapter 13, I'll just give you a little bit quick recap of the previous chapter that Rajeshwar Prabhu has beautifully described the Brahma creation and all those things. So just a quick recap, it will take around 5 to 10 minutes so that everybody has the great context for the next chapter, what we have left and from where we have to start. So here, the chapter 12, it says the how the creation of the Kumar and other things. So when we have seen that the Brahma attempt to create the universe, right? Because he is considered the secondary creator, where the Krishna is a primary creator. So when Lord create all the component, like all the Panch Bhutas, all the planetary systems, they all call Sarga. And Brahma is duty and Krishna has assigned Brahma to assemble those elements in a proper way or in such a way that the living entity can reside or they can grow. That element is called Visarga. Okay, so Brahma manifests all these elements to give universe a body, like the living entity get body when they got birth. Similarly, the universe get the body when Brahma manifests those. Okay, And also the living entity get the body and place where they can inhabit it. Inhabit means where they can live, they can grow, and they can uh, all this activity they can do. In the other word, Krishna has created all the elements in such a way that it can be idle for living entity, and Brahma's task to assemble it. So according to the three mode of nature, like everybody get the suitable place. So Brahma's job is not easy, because you can see in the universe there's a lot of millions of devatas, millions of creature, and millions of entities, human beings, lot of entities, right? So Brahma has to create the universe in such a place that every kind of entity they can live, they can get their suitable place to grow there. Why? Just a minute. And why we all come here? Like we all know that we have separate desire here, right? So from Krishna, and we get this material world because of we have a separate desire, or we want to enjoy separately. So Krishna has created this material world also. So here, this material world is like a we can understand this is a like continuously forgetness of this, because in the material world, we all forget the Krishna, and in the other way, the spiritual world, where the continuous remembrance of Krishna. So there is no need, because we come here like somehow with the help of devotee of any kind of Krishna's mercy, we get to know and we get the remembrance bank why we came here and what is our duty. But in the spiritual world, no need to remember, because in the material world also, right? If you love someone, either your kids, wife, or anyone like loved one, so you should not give any effort to remember them, right? Because that remembrance will always be in the mind. So in the spiritual world also, the remembrance will always be there. Like the Krishna remembrance and lotus feet will not separate for a moment also. But in the material world, these are the constant forgetfulness. People are forget, even though we are in bhakti or some, but sometimes the Maya is so strong we can forget the things, and some we need some mercy or devotee's mercy to get it back. So, like in the high level, we can say the creation of this universe is also from Krishna, and the suffering also from Krishna also. Why? Because Krishna ultimately want us to back. So he gave the both option. Like you want to enjoy, you enjoy for some time, and when you because of suffering that is inevitable, then you get the actual essence, right? Where you get turned towards the Krishna. Okay, this is not my place, right? Because let a lot of suffering. But some people will understand very in the initial phase of life, some will at the end of the life. But anyhow, the goal of this is the Krishna has made arrangement so that we can enjoy and we can can't, then we can turn to him. Like a small story, right? When kids play their kitchen set, right? Because even though mother is giving the food and everything, three times food, and he's asking multiple times a day, right? If kids are small, but still he want to enjoy with his kitchen set. So when he will enjoy, and after some time when he feel, I can like then he feel the hunger, he towards to the his mother. Similar way, we come here to enjoy, but anyhow, but at the end when we feel the real hunger means we are when we see okay where we have to run, then we toward the Krishna. So I'll start the recap what Rajeshwar Prabhu has given. So like it's a initial, the Brahma has created this universe, right? So first of all, Brahma create the ignorance, the nescience. Prabhu has mentioned is a five kind of nescience, like self deception and sense of death, anger and frustration, sense or false ownership, and forget one's identity. These are the five deception that every living entity in this world have to live with that. There are the condition which a living entity has to live. So Brahma is not happy, and he's got frustrated, right? Because this is creating more delusion to in the universe. So Brahma is not happy, and he did meditate and purify himself, and they create the four Kumaras. Which all the four Kumaras? Sanak, Sanaka, Sananda, Sanatana, and Sanat Kumara. These are the four Kumara he's created, because Brahma has get instruction from Krishna to populate this universe. So Brahma's ultimate goal is to create some entity which can populate this universe, right? So, being this mind in this his mind, he create these four Kumaras. But what happened next? So everybody knows, right? So when these four Kumara get come to the universe, they are already very elevated souls, right? So they didn't follow his father instruction, and they go for higher purpose. They go for the, the supreme personality Godhead. So they didn't follow the instruction of Brahma or his father. So Brahma is not happy that he's not, and he's got very angry internally that why I created these four Kumaras and didn't follow my instruction. Because of his mode of passion or anger, the Rudra get created. He is in a blue and red color, so it shows the mode of passion or mode of like doing something very aggressively. So what happened? Brahma told him the same thing to populate, but the Rudras and his uh, he didn't mention, because when Rudra is expand, he also create the same creature or same kind of population which has the same mode of passion. So what happened at last? They have created the havoc in the universe. So finally, Brahma got disturbed that these are too much. So then finally he went to the Rudra and asked him to keep quiet and decide in the celibacy or a penance. And when the time of the destruction will, I will utilize your quality there. So in this way, he assigned the Rudra creation, right? And then what happened? Again, Brahma has created the 10 sages, right? Which all are 10 sages: Marichi, Atri, and Angira, Pulastya, Pulha, Krata, Vasishta, Daksha, Brigu, and Narada. These all are the four. So these 10 sages are created. Again, these 10 sages are also elevated. They are pure devotee of Lord, right? So they are more inclined to the service to the God and preaching and all those things. So they also didn't populate the universe in that same way that Brahma want to know. So again, the Brahma's wish to this populate this universe is not happen. Again, with the Brahma, right? All the religion, other activities is come into picture, and this next we see that in this time period, right, Brahma also get the sensual uh, feeling of his mind, and he's become very frustrated, and then finally he has gave up the body also. And uh, again that then again he purify himself, and again he manifests the four Vedas. As I said, the four Vedas coming from the four different mouth of Brahma. Uh, when Brahma saw there is a no significant increase in the population after 10 sages also, they have more engaged in spiritual activity, as we seen. And he is thinking seriously on the population of the universe. While absorbed and contemplating this two form of the being created, that is Swambhu Manu and Satarupa. Because these two are come as a couple manifestation. So as Prabhu already mentioned, and the male part is Swambhu and the female part is Shatarupa. Okay, and this is the up to the chapter 12. So what key learning we got from the last chapter? The satisfaction of happiness only possible center of the Lord Krishna. And Maya is very strong and affected by material nature. Like even though Brahma also get lust desire, like we can see, generally people see the Brahma is a very high category of devotees and highest level of knowledge, because he's the creation of the four Vedas, right? Creator of the four Veda, but still he get entangled in the lust. So and then we can see what is our position in this universe, right? And third is Lord Brahma is ultimate truth behind the creation. Because everybody knows like all whatever we've seen in the universe is created by Brahma. He's secondary, but still he created, but he also need help of the Supreme Lord, because he himself also cannot create these things. And personally, like Lord Brahma is able to do even secondary creation only to the direction of the Lord. So without the direction of Lord or surrender the Lord, nothing can be happen in this universe. So this is the recap that what the last chapter we have seen. So now we come to the next chapter, that is Canto 3, chapter 13. So this is the again the continuation of the Vidura, which is inquire more from the Rishi Maitri, like when Vidura know that okay, that Manu, Swambhu Manu and Satrupa has came for the populate the progeny in the universe, then sorry. So Vidura just inquire like who's Manu and who's Satrupa. So Vidura is a pure devotee of Lord, right? So what Vidura says, like he is not, because when Brahma has said this is how it done all this four Kumaras, Rudra, and all those things. But Vidura is more like he want to know more about this Manu and Satrupa. Why? Because he is a pure devotee and he is very much understood that knowing the devotee is more important than knowing the Krishna. So he doesn't know the like only the name or sake, right? Like he's Manu and Satrupa, they popular of this universe. That's not, because he want to know how they will did the populate, the way and the activity and the characteristics of the Manu and Swayambhuva, so that he can understand how he has to lead his life going further. So with this intention, Vidura asked Maitri Muni, please let me know more about the Manu and Satarupa. And the reason why he want to more, because as we know that these two couple manifestation are the great devotee of Lord, and they are very pure devotees. So as we see, the Bhagavad is all about the Krishna is pure devotee. So we should hear the pure devotee glorifying with the other. So and it is said in the purport that worship of the pure devotee is more potent than God Himself. Like in the Shastra also, there are a lot of reference. I can go to the next slide and tell you that where Krishna also emphasizes more on the that if you know more about the devotees rather than me, then you will get delivered more faster, more easily. Because the Lord itself, right, in the pure heart of the Vaishnava or devotee, Lord Himself resides, and He sit there. So when pure devotee describe the any activity of Lord Krishna, it is equivalent to the Krishna Himself is describing the all the pastime of the Supreme Lord. So when we hear about the devotee activity characteristic, it show the path how to become pure devotee. So why Vidura is want to more about the Manu and Shatrupa characteristics and the activity? Why? Because as we've seen right in the previous like a lot of information, right? Like if you see Arjuna, so Arjuna was also conditioned souls, and he showed like with his characteristics and activity, he saw how he got liberated by the advice of Supreme Lord, right? So if we hear about the Arjuna, right, so we have to get to know how we have to lead and spend our rest of life in which way that we can get a love of pure love of the Supreme Lord. Similarly, so Arjuna was a king. So again, the other king is Parikshit, right? He also show how to get rid of illusion, because he heard the Bhagavatam when he was get only 7 days left, right? So what it will give us, like how we have to spend the time if we have less time in life. What is the best utilization of the leftover time? We from where we get from Prakshit Maharaj, and even and some other like, right. So we have seen in the Shastra, right, even like brahmachari of Narada, right? If you are a brahmachari, so you can follow the Narada, how he has to preach the holy name of the Lord across the universe. Some other like Grasta like Swambhu Manu and like Pandva. Pandva is a king and Grasta like a Swambhu. Swambhu Manu. Like even though Swambhu Manu and Shatrupa are given the only uh, service to populate this universe, right? Only to start the progeny. But still, he has find some opportunity how we have to like the characteristic, right? They follow the some instruction which is in injection with the Vedic scripture also, and they lead the life. So the high level, the different like high level we can understood the different grades of devotee achieve the perfection in their life in spite of different situation. So if we know more about the characteristics and the activity of the pure devotee, what we can get, like we can get multiple situation in the life, like somebody like if you take the example of this in the material world, somebody has the more office work, somebody has some family problem, somebody has a health problems, right? So how we, in spite of this all problem in the life, how we have to maintain our spiritual life, how we get it with the help of understanding and listening about the activity and characteristics. Like activity and characteristics is very important in the Vaishnava, because of that only we get to know idea like how we tackle this current material situation to keep our ball rolling in the spiritual path, and we can grow, how we can grow. So uh, this is all about the pure devotee. So this in these four verse 1 to 4, Vidura want to hear more about Krishna, and Krishna told what is the quality of the pure devotee, because they always are attached to the lotus feet of Supreme Lord. We'll go to the next slide. And one more thing, right? Like suppose in the Prabhupada also, right? Like in the early morning, which aarti we start, right? We start the Samsar Davatali Loka. Why? Because we want to pray to the our acharyas on pure devotee, right? Before starting to the actual aarti of the Lord, right? Because he is the medium, or he is the way. Before seeing his activity only, we can reach to the Supreme Lord. So this is all about these four verses says. So high level learning is that we should. It is not like that we should not inquire the Krishna, but compared to Supreme Lord and the devotee, we should first try to understand the characteristics and activity of the pure devotee. This is summary of the these first four verses. I'll go to the next slide. So as I said, there's a multiple reference given in the our Shastras, right? In the Padam Puran, it is this sloka has come. Aradhananam sarvesham Vishnoradhanam param tasmad partaram devi tadiyanam samcharam. So what is that? Is like Lord Shiva is talking to the Durga Devi, or right? So my dear Devi, although the Vedic recommendation worship of demigod, the worship of Lord Vishnu is topmost. However, about the worship of Lord Vishnu is the rendering of service to Vaishnava who are the related to the Lord Vishnu. So Bhagwan Shiv says that even though rendering service of the Vishnu is topmost, but we have to give more incline to the Vaishnava's services. And another reference we get in the Chaitanya Bhagavatam. So what is say? Siddhir bhavati va neti shanshoch achut sevinam nishansyatu tad bhakta paricharya rat atmanam. There may be a doubt where the servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead will attain the perfection. But there is absolutely no doubt that those who have attached to service of the Lord, devotee, attain perfection. So here it is clearly said, like if you do the whole life service to the Lord only, so there may chances that you get liberation or perfection, but there is a no doubt at all if you attach to the service of the Lord devotee, you will definitely get the perfection in the life. So these are two reference. There's a multiple reference, but with respect to time, I only describe these two. Along with this, I want to tell a small story around this devotees, the importance of the Vaishnava service, right? So there is stories which is I know most of must have heard that Kanchi Purna story, but still I want to recite again, so that because the stories are the way that we can get like little enthusiasm how we have to start the service either for the devotee or the Lord. So this story is start with the devotee of Kanchipurna that is nicely illustrated. The principle of Kanchipurna was one of the five disciples of Sri Yamunacharya. in the Kanchipurna. Although he is born in the Shudra family, but still the Kanchipurna was famous like in the South India is a great Vaishnava. He resides in the city of Kanchipurna, where he is daily offered the service to of fanning of the famous deity of Lord Vishnu as the Sri Varadaraj Swami. Most of us have seen that temple. So Kanchipurna simplicity and devotional endure him the Lord Varadaraj. So he is doing his service so intense and so with pure love that sometime the deities start talking with him. Like he every day or like he just converts each other. And eventually some of the people who came to temple they get to know that this Kanchipurna is ability or his a power to and he has got mercy from the Varadaraj that he can talk to the Varadaraj. So people start giving the request. You can ask this from my behalf. Like this came, and Kanchipurna also accept this request. He will ask on the other devotee's behalf to the Varadaraj. So one fine day, one devotee came and he asked, "Can you ask the Varadaraj of the Supreme Vishnu that shall I be liberated in this birth or not?" So as usual, Kanchipurna also agreed to ask the same question to Varadaraj, and he asked, definitely asked, and the deity of the Varadaraj, he said yes, he will be get delivering this birth only, and but the a small desire also come into heart of the Kanchipurna that okay, I asked for him, the other devotee, let me ask for my, but because of hesitation of the service attitude, he cannot asking, he's hesitating to ask to devotee deities. But deity is the supreme lord, he knows everyone's hearts, right? So deity sense it that something is there in the Kanchipurna heart. So he insisting, Kanchipurna, do you have anything in your heart that you want to ask to me? But after insisting multiple times, then finally Kanchipurna asked the same thing. Oh my Lord, when I will go to the Venkuta? So Varadaraj Swami give a very loving glance to the devotee and say, Kanchipurna, you are my dear servant and you did lot of service. You have pure love for me. But still, you are not going to Venkuta in this life. Seeing this, after hearing this, Kanchipurna little shock. Then shock and little bit sad also. Seeing this, Varadaraj also say the next thing. Although you have served to me with great devotion, you have never served to my devotee ever. And unless one don't serve my devotee, cannot enter into my abode. So hearing this Lord word, Kanchipurna stood there itself, and he left the service. He went to the Kanchipurna city and searching for devotee who he can serve, because he is a very renowned devotee, and everybody knows him that he is very senior Vaishnava, and nobody is accepting him as a servant. So he searching 6 months he wasted, and nobody he found. But finally, what he got to know that he removed his vastra, like what is a Vaishnava vastra, right? Saffron vastra he leave, and he just wear some torn dhoti, and he went to the he's one of the brotherhood in the god brother, right? So and he asked like, I want to serve you, where he served to the cow, and he served for the some quiet time. Eventually that god brother also get to know this is the Kanchi Purna, and he also refused this service going forward. So after this whole activity, he come to back to temple, and when coming to temple, and in the gate itself, Varadaraj has talked to Kanchipurna that seeing his devotee entering temple, the Lord smiled his immense form. Kanchipurna, you for the 6 month you did menial service to one of my devotee. Now at this end of the life, you should be definitely go to the airport. So this is the reference and story we get to know that where it is clearly established that that serving of the Vaishnava is more potent than serving the Lord. It is not like it is not other round, right? We should not serve the Lord, but we should more focus on the, because this material word is right. It is a dasanu das, means every everybody should become the das of the das, right? So we should have the same mindset of this, so that if we achieve the prema. But actually, what happened in the material world is a different, right? Everybody want to the leader. If you see the material world, even in the office or in the politics or in the house also, right? Everybody want to become a master of others, and he want to become more and more bigger masters. If you see in the office, everybody want to become boss. Starting from main, like everybody want, okay, this year if I get promotion, I will be become the boss. So I have more power, more power. But in the spiritual world, it is total ulta, right? Everybody want to become das. Like if I become more the down the earth of the das, higher the I elevate my spiritual activity in the going forward. So this is the verse from 1 to 5, and this fifth verse where Sukadeva Goswami glorify the Vidura devotion to Krishna. So this is a back and forth, right? Like even though this story is coming that Vidura is inquire about the matrimony, but little bit backside where the Sukdev Goswami describing the Bhagavatam to the Parikshit Maharaj. So he said that he also, because Vidura is also very pure devotee of the Lord. So Sukdev Goswami glorified the Vidura. So it is a small story like there where Krishna went to the Hastinapur before the battle of the Kurukshetra for this like talk to the Kauravas, right? So they finally they didn't agree and this one, but they come right. And now if Krishna is on town, seeing this, the Duryodhana want to invite him because he want to have his side in Kurukshetra also, right? So when he invite Krishna to his home for the dine or for prasadam, Krishna denied, and finally he only the one Kauravas or in the Kaurava dynasty found the Vidura. He went to the Vidura house. He ate whatever Vidura is offer, and sometime we have seen right Vidura in the mode of ecstasy, right? He throw the banana and giving the peel to the Krishna, but Krishna also have this. And finally, when after eating, Krishna keep his lotus feet on the lap of Vidura. So this is the power of pure devotee that Krishna himself can attract to the devotional, the pure love of the devotee. The verse 5 of this chapter, they describe this all those things too, like how Vidura is very like highest level of devotional prema of the Krishna prema. Going to the next verses from 7 to 10, like Manu exemplifies as son of duty. Like in the 7 to 10, the basically it is described the how the father should lead their life and how the children should see his parents. So here what we emphasize is son duty toward his father is it should not be considered a father just for source of supply for all his needs. Like we have seen the material world, kids are asking every day new things, right? I want this, I want this. They think, okay, my father is ATM. Whenever I ask, I get things. But when he grew up, he should render service to his father. But that is lacking in the this coming word. So from where we can get what is the quality of a good father and a quality of is good son. So here are the thing. So as we described, right, the Brahma has four type of son. One is the Kumaras, right? Like they didn't follow this instruction of his father, but still we have seen in Bhagavatam or in the other scripture, right? They are glorified. Why? Because disobedience of the order of his father was certainly abominable, but because such obedience was for a higher cause. Like suppose if you are not agreeing with your father for different a high level a next level of the purpose of life, like the four Kumara want to serve the Lord, in that it is uh, it is totally okay. So it is they will not get any kind of the consequences about that, right? So on the other hand, if in the material ground, if you want to disobey, then definitely you will be subjected to the disciplinary rejection from the such activity. Same, the Rudra did also the different kind of son, the Rudra, right? Rudra, I agree, but in a proper way, right? But in proper way means they have did progeny, but in a different way. The progeny or the population he increase in, they have a mode of passion, right? So he do all the wrong things and all those things, right? So that's also a different kind of son. The sages also, the complete the 10 sages, right? They also they didn't follow completely, but they engaged themselves in the spiritual activity. The fourth one, Swambhu, Manu, and Vad, and they finally agree to follow the instruction of his father, Brahma, right? So after seeing, right, is Manu agrees his instruction of, and then Brahma is got so excited. Why excited? Because Brahma knows, like, all these people or entity came to this universe because they want to enjoy separately from Krishna, right? Because in the spiritual world, they didn't follow the instruction of Krishna or the Vedic injection. That's why they all are here to suffer, right? But still, after coming here, they want to follow the same instruction. So that's why the Brahma got so much excited that even though he is in the universe, but still he has to follow the instruction. That's why he's so much excited. And everybody, right, like in the material world also, everybody has the this is the natural inclinations of seva, right? In the other way, we have seen uh, uh, in the scripture says, like, we have either we can serve to the Lord of his instruction or devotee, or we can serve to the our indriyas, right? So there's only two options. Either we have to serve the Lord and his pure devotee, or we end up with the serving our indriyas or material enjoyment we want to serve, and we become the servant of that, right? So this regard, there's a small story of Prabhupada, right? Like when Prabhupada was in US and they are starting the classes, initial phase of right, in the 26th Avenue, the road, right? So Prabhupada is giving his classes, and some people, some person has come. He's fully drunk, but he also want to attend the class, but he didn't find the place and he want to use a washroom. So the Prabhupada hall where he is giving the classes is kind of long uh, hall, right? Like a very long in dimension. So this drunk attendee, right? He just disturbing here and there because he is searching for the washroom. Everybody is engaged in the listening to the Prabhupada. That's why nobody can help him to direct where is the washroom. But and finally, Prabhupada noticed and he direct where is the washroom. He just crossed all the classes and go to the back side of the washroom. So where he didn't find the toilet paper, right? Because in the US mostly people use toilet. Prabhupada like will not use. So there's a no toilet paper. So he see here and there, and then he go back again. And he went long downtown to get, because in the US the market is not in the city, sometime a little far. So he went by the walk and get the toilet paper and come back, and he placed the proper toilet paper in the toilets. So Prabhu was so pleasing that, like, everybody, even though he doesn't know anything, he doesn't know the guru, he doesn't know the but still the natural inclination is the seva bhav. So everybody has the seva bhav in this material world. So only effort we need to put, we need to change the direction of this seva bhav from material enjoyment to the spiritual enjoyment or spiritual seva of the either from the service of the Lord or service of the his pure devotee Vaishnavas. So this is the like overall summary of these verses from 7 to 10, where he qualifies the what is the quality of the father. The quality of father, that he should engage his children or his subordinate into service of the Lord or the service of the Vaishnava. And what is the duty of the father? If his father is instruction is according to the Vedic injunction, he should follow with the full surrender. We'll go to the next slide here. So as you have seen, the Brahma instruct, like after this, right? When the Manu and Shatrupa is become like they agree to follow the instruction of the his father Brahma. So now Brahma's duty to instruct how they should progeny and how should they rule. So these are 10 points they have given, right? Uh, One, that we should have the children, train them well in the education with the Vedic injection. Rule the world according to the devotional principle. So you should rule the world. Like suppose if you are in the higher post or in the in a leadership roles. So what should be your first role? You should create a opportunity so that people or the subordinate or your praja, right? They should engage somehow or another in any activity which serve to the Lord or which serve to the devotees. As we can see, right? In the ISKCON, Prabhupada made a very good arrangement, right? So if you, somebody has made a question, right, why we get like seva or festival seva or book distribution and Rath Yatra or everything, right? Like it is a one by one, the day by day or every month will get somehow or other some seva, right? Because Prabhupada know that if we serve more, and this is the quality of leaders to create opportunity. That's why Prabhupada made so services throughout the years, right? So the devotees should engage like utmost time in the service of the Lord or service of the Vaishnava. So here, and we should protect the citizen, offer sacrifice to please the Lord. So here is the, we should sacrifice. Sacrifice means we should raise our kids or we should raise our like if you are in leadership, your subordinate, you should raise them in such a way that uh, they can serve to the Lord. Because raising them in the Vedic nation is very hard, right? So we have seen if we raise the kids that we should teach them proper. So it is a kind of sacrifice, right? So every day we have to do a lot of what we can see in our Bhakti Viksha also, right? People are spending uh, hours of instruction, everything, but still the percentage of outcome is 1%, 2%. But we are devotees satisfied because we know the how much effort it take. That's why here is saying we should sacrifice. We should sacrifice our the material enjoyment because most of the Bhakti Vishaya happened the Saturday or Sunday, right? So people sacrifice their enjoyment and do the savior of this. So every leader should every leader should do little seva or sacrifice to make it arrangement or the opportunity to the his subordinate to create the so that they can serve better to the Lord and his devotees. Okay, and the next point is by establishing the Vishnu worship, otherwise labor is useless. So here we establish that if you are leader, right, and if you are not ruling or the you are not showing the leadership and you are not creating any opportunity for the service opportunity for his subordinate, then you should leave that position, right? So you should not be any leader. It's more, it more. Hare Krishna. Okay. Uh, so in the other sense, right, if become a dependent, right? If you want to become leader, that it should be very much clear that how you should lead or how should you rule and which rule you should be imply on your praja or in your subordinate or if you're in family, how should you lead your family in the Grihastha life as well. Okay. So this is the high level of summary of these verses from 11 to 13, and now we go to the next. So now Manu agree and for the instruction of his father Brahma, and Brahma also very happy uh, to like his finally his son Manu and Shatrupa is also agree to this, right? So but the problem is that Manu has uh, given instruction by his father how he want to place where he has to create. So Manu asked his father, right? You give instruction, but I need the place and the environment where I can do my execution of my services, right? So after seeing, because this story is about the Shvet Vara Avatara Kalpa, right? So it's the first Kalpa of the Brahma, where like when the day ends of Brahma, so like there's a two pastime is clubbed together. One is when the Shvetvara Kalpa Avatara, where after the a complete day, all the universe on Platinum system, right? They went to the Garbhodak ocean, right? And so now Brahma is thinking, okay, I given the instruction, but where is the earth? Because he see the earth is in Garbhodak ocean, right? So even though the Brahma is very potent and he's the very powerful, right? But still, he cannot do, right. He still get perplexed, right. How to do it? In the other hand, I'm creating the universe. I'm the attempting to create the this universe. On the other hand, the earth is in the deep sea of the Garbhodak ocean, right. So because of this problem, and Brahma is contemplating, like he's thinking very seriously how to do, and finally he is prayed to the Lord, like please help me to do this all, because even though you have given me power and so much, and the position also, but still I'm not able to do it. So while he contemplating and contemplating about this problem, suddenly a small boar is coming from his nostril, and in a wild ride he become a gigantic kind of elephant, right. So he says that within the moment of time he become very gigantic elephant kind of structure is become. So uh, and it is also mentioned it look like a white complete big mountain is covered all the sky almost. So that's why. Okay. So and finally then when see and the after seeing this incarnation of Lord Vishnu, all the sages from the Satloka and uh, all these three lokas, right? Uh, they all discussing what it is, what is how, and Brahma also seeing that what kind of things coming from my nostrils, and seeing that when he sees the complexion of his Shwet Avtara, then finally, and then he the this incarnation roar very tumultuously, right? So he's roar very strong. So after seeing this roar, right, and he feel the vibration, then he is thinking, okay, this is the next avatar of Lord Vishnu, that is Vara avatar. So Vara avatar Bhagwan ki jai. So this is how the Vara avatar is coming to this universe to save the Mother Earth. So now it is a kind of boar kind of structure, right? He is actually the boar. So natural, the boar has the very strong smell capability, right? So because of that, he went to the sea, like it described when he went to the sea, all the cloud got scattered through the hooves. जो उनका पंजे होते हैं उससे he just scattered all the clouds and even enter the sea. The sea, the Garbhodak sea is divided into the two part. So this is how intense it is to the earth, and because of because of this intensity he went to inside the sea, and because of his smell power he found very easily the earth, and he picked up the earth and he get it out. And it is also mentioned that he killed the Hiranyaksh, right, who like who also drowned the earth into the sea. So there's a two things here. One is the Shweta Avtara, where the initial kalpa of the Brahma, and another is sixth kalpa. There is Chakshusha kalpa, where the Hiranyaksh come because of Hiranyaksha's exploitation of the earth. He's did lot of drilling, and because of imbalance, he went to the Garbhodak ocean. So don't confuse here. There's a two different pastime, but in this sloka, they are clubbed into the one. So just keep it separate. So this is how the this Vara avatar come, because initially it was a, like it says, the initial when it come it is a size of the tip of the thumb, and eventually he become the very big gigantic elephant kind of structure, and he is the Vara avatar. So this is the how Vara avatar, and seeing this, all the sages of three lokas, they start chanted the mantra of the glorify of the this one Bhagwan Vara. Okay, so the activity of Lord Vara, then he picks the earth from God, as I mentioned, right? The Lord uh, roar very strong, and he is divide the ocean, whatever I just mentioned. And seeing this, all the sages heard that Brahma Brahma also offer respectful obeisance because he asked for the help from the Lord, and Lord, without wasting a single moment, he come to the picture. And the sages from upper planetary system, like after this whole activity, right? And when Lord Brahma get out the earth, his wife Bhudevi from the out of his ocean. So in the below is the ocean, and if you can see the picture of the left side, right? So when the sages glorify, right? They glorify that when Varadev come out from the Garbhodak ocean, he looked like similar Gajendra picked the flower for his Lord and Ishan. So we can compare this. Like what is understanding here? Like Lord Varadev didn't like he is a effortless activity of the Lord Vara. Uh, like a elephant, if he picks flower from a pond, that much effort Varadev took to get it this complete Bhudevi from the ocean of the Garbhodak to the outside of the this ocean, right? And it also said they start glorifying the Lord Varadev, right? Like he says that when Varadev come out from the this ocean, right, his hairs is become wet, and generally you see that is if you have seen the boar, right? So when he get wet, they shook their body to dry them up, right? So similar way, the Lord Varadev also dry his body. When he dries the body, the droplet from the hairs of this body went to all the universe, all the three lokas. So it said the three lokas, Vaishnava or the sages, right? They are considered the purest form of Vaishnava or the sages, right? But still, when they get this droplet on his body, they become more purified. In general sense, if you material body, we see the boar, right? So boar generally went into the dirt and all those things, right? So we don't consider that the droplet out of from boar is very pure. But in spiritual world, right, even though his boar body, the utmost purified stages also become more purified because of droplet. This is the mercy of the Lord. So Lord, because somebody has question also, right? Why Lord has become a boar, right? Because in the material world, the boar characteristics is not as per the purified form, right? Because Bhagwan is the Divya, right? Janam and Karma is Divyam. So everything is Divya. So he can do anything. So any form, even though it is the lowest form of the animal or the highest form of the Devtas, he is Divyam. He is Janam and Karam is also Divyam. So he can attain any form of the Lord Vara as well. So here a little bit more about his all the sages glorify all those things. Like his body look like a bluish color, like a tamala tree. Like a Vedic hymn is like a touch of skin. Your body hairs are like kusha grass. So kusha grass is used in the Havana, right? If you see into the water. So they compare the kusha grass to the wares of the Lord Vara. Your foreleg is a kind of fruitative activity. Your nostril, mouth, plate of sacrifice, throat is also plate of sacrifice, soma. Your appearance is all desire of all initiation. Like your appearance, if you see, it is equivalent to the initiation. And your tusk is the result of initiation. So earth which you have lifted, the beautiful lotus flower leaves sustained by the elephant just coming out of the water. Like he says, Prabhupada says in the purport also, all the gravitational force which sustain these all planetary systems also mercy of the Lord, right? So they mention that the beautiful cosmic manifestation also your energy. So in this way, from verses 34 to 50, all the sages glorify very, very wonderful about this Vara avatar. They glorify each and every part of the Vara Dev's body to the utmost mapping of the like tamal trees, initiation, fruitative activity, and all those things. This is how these verses glorify the Lord Vara. And now we come to the key learning, right? So how we get the key learning here? So first is as I mostly spend time on that, like glorifying the pure devotees or render service of the pure devotees more potent than Lord Himself. I given multiple reference also in the Bhagavad Puran or this one, right? So we should hear more and more about the pure devotee, because it is said Lord himself resides from the heart of the pure Vaishnava. This is the utmost key learning. And sacrifice for the purpose of worship the supreme personality, as I mentioned, right? If you are administrative, right, so you should give your subordinate the opportunity, service opportunity, otherwise your leadership is no use of. And third is nectar of narration about the personality of Godhead activity can be delivered one from material pangs. So if you hear about the narrations of the personality of Godhead and his Vaishnava, it can only deliver from the material sufferings, right? So devotional service should be highest goal of every human life. So these are the, like, there's a lot of learning from this chapter, but with respect of time, I could just collate only three and four, this one. And another learning is that there's a Vara Purana as well. So there's a three Charam Shloka. Charam Shloka means every form of the god they give one topmost shloka, right? So like if you see the Bhagavad Gita, they call Sarvadharam Parijate Mameki Sharano Varja Aham Tvam Sarv Papebhyo Mokshyasi Masucha. This is the one of the Charam Shloka of Bhagavad Gita. This is the topmost shloka. Again, Charam Shloka is Valmiki Namarnota. Sakrate Prapananya तवास्मिन् च याचते अभ्यम सर्वभूतेभ्यो ददाम्यहं वरतमहम. This is the shloka which is the Valmiki Namaran. So this is the four charam shloka in each incarnation of the Lord, right? So this is how similar way that there is a one charam shloka in the Vishnu this Varaha Purana as well. What is say? स्थिते मनसि सुवस्थिते शरीरे स्थियो नरा धातु सामिस्थितो समृता विश्वरूप च मार्जनम तस्त्रम मित्रियाणि तु काष्ठान पाषाण स्निभ अहम स्मरामि मद भक्त नयामि परमा गतिम. So he says sthite manasi suswaste means when somebody has the very स्वस्थ body, right? He is a very, जब वो स्वस्थ होता है और उसकी सारी इंद्रियां काम करती है, एंड ही उसकी इंद्रियां और उसकी जो ऑर्गन्स होते हैं वो काम अच्छे से करते हैं, तो और he can he can focus on my Vishwarupam. But जब when somebody is on the deathbed, right, his body become kasta means the log of the wood, right? Like कहते हैं ना, जैसे पत्थर के समान हो गया या लकड़ी के समान हो गया या सब्जी की तरह हो गया, राइट? अहम, तो जब जब कोई कोई व्यक्ति मृत्यु शैया पे होता है, तो उसका शरीर या तो काष्ठा या फिर पत्थर के समान हो जाता है, तो उस समय इमोलाइज, तो सो भगवान कहते हैं कि आई एम गिविंग हिम आई एम हेल्प हिम टू रिमेम्बर मी, right? So this is a key learning, that why we should render service to and all Sri Krishna, because if you do little service and if you do little service to Vaishnava or the supreme personality of the Godhead, at the last time when you are not able to understand anything because of your in like you are not in position to remember, Krishna will come and will get you remember of himself, and you will get liberated. So this is the end of this, and next, like Vidura is pure devotee, he want to more and more. So he asks, who is the powerful demon Hiranyaksh and how it born? Like, who's this demon that he can fight directly with the Lord itself, and who is the so powerful that he can Mother Earth, he drawn into the earth. So getting this all the question, you should be to be continue on the next chapter, that is chapter 14, where we understood all those things, where the Hiranyakashipu and all those things come into picture, and which all activity and how they born, all those things. So that's all from my side. Hare Krishna, all devotee. Thanks for your opportunity, and my senior devotees, Prenata Prabhu, to give this opportunity to me. And very special thanks for Mahaprem Prabhu, who helped me to prepare this PPT and giving me all the relevant content for this PPT. Hare Krishna. And any questions you can ask if you have. I'll seek help from my senior devotee to help me to answer all those things.
Hare Krishna, shekhar, prabhuji, Dandot Pranam. So
Hare
beautiful, amazing. Who said that you are preaching for the first time? It's
So,
like a
Prabhu, I
picture.
just,
It's amazingly done.
yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
So nice, and the emphasis you gave on serving Vaishnavas, that melted the heart of me, even stone-like heart of mine. So beautifully done. Excellent. And so many pastimes you included, and many wonderful slokas. Just trying to note down the slokas for remembrance and to recite again and again. Extremely nice class, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, anybody has any question, concern, or anything that you want to understand more, you can ask. I know we are over the time. Sorry for that taking extra minute because these learnings are too much. So I try to accommodate it in the limited time.
Hare Krishna, Shekhar Prabhu.
Hare
It was
Krishna.
really wonderful class, and the PPT was wonderfully prepared. We can see all the hard work, put in all the information, crisp information, along with shlokas, and you have beautifully taken so many pastimes to explain each point. So that makes class more interesting and more like informative. Like it can drive the point very nicely to the audience. So we never felt that you were taking this session for the first time. Of course, with the help of Mahaprem Prabhu and your own intellectual, thought process. So we had a very wonderful session. And so if nobody is having any questions, so we would also like to take this opportunity to thank Shekhar Prabhu and Anu Mataji for performing or giving seva for so many years together for this Radha Govindji Circle Temple Seva. Especially they are thoroughly, they are every time they are there assisting Mahaprem Prabhu and Rajeshwari Mataji. So I can say they are the most supporting backbone for their sector, always present in executing or planning or preaching in their sector. So thank you very much, Prabhu, for all the seva and
Hare Krishna.
for all your services. So I would request everyone to chant Hare Krishna one time as a token of gratitude. Prabhu has taken time from his busy schedule
No,
and
Prabhu.
wonderfully prepared the session for us. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama.